Destiny Star Girlfriend 1 was one of the biggest pleasant surprises of 2023 for me. I enjoyed its surprisingly funny comedy, reminiscent of similar slapstick series by sister companies like Minato Soft's Majikoi and Minato Carnival's Tsujidou. As one of the few lighthearted rom-coms featuring magical girls, Destiny Star Girlfriend also stood out with its fun and well-developed romance. Somehow, though, the sequel, Destiny Star Girlfriend 2, was even better to me. Although technically a numbered sequel, it's more accurate to consider it a different route, as the story branches at the very beginning. You could theoretically read this before the first Destiny Star, as the game only partially assumes you've read the original. The world building around the magical girl elements remains light throughout. The main reason I prefer the sequel is its focus on the main heroine, Maya. While I liked Yuri, the main heroine of the original DSG, her extreme arrogance could be grating at times. Maya's quirky, weird personality appeals to me more. She's a warrior girl who's dense, naive, and raised with odd values. For instance, her introduction shows her attempting to live in a park and eat plants to save money. Like in the first game, there's a gimmick where the main character can't be more than a few meters apart from the main heroine without experiencing pain through an accident. In the sequel, only the protagonist Seiji feels pain, whereas in the original, both him and Yuri were affected. Thankfully, Maya's nicer personality results in fewer accidental separations for comedic purposes. The comedy in the sequel instead centers around Seiji adapting to Maya's eccentricities and their work with demon-based magical girl powers. The magical girl plot is secondary to the romantic comedy aspects, but overall still more interesting than the original DSG. Unlike in the original Destiny Star, where Seiji, the main character, only occasionally took part in battles, in Destiny Star 2, Seiji gets his own powers and works proactively with Maya to defeat the demons. The sequel's plot structure is improved, with the final battle occurring in the last couple of chapters instead of 3/4 through the story in the original Destiny Star. Seiji's role in the final battle is more significant. We get to see more stars, aka the in-universe name for the magical girls, even if they lack sprites. The interesting magical girl setting doesn't get to fully flourish, sadly, due to the focus on the rom-com elements. After reading Destiny Star 2, I'm convinced this world could easily make for an entertaining one-season anime at least. As said earlier, why I love Destiny Star Girlfriend 2 so much is because of Maya herself. Maya, to me, is close to the ideal, dateable, weird girl. She's quirky because she has strong, unique values she believes in, talks in a direct way as a trained warrior, and gets excited over unfamiliar things like certain foods. She also has a doting older sister-type personality, loving to care for others. An early CG shows Maya allowing Seiji to rest on her bosom to recharge his desires and fuel his dark magical energy. While this may sound odd, it makes sense in the story's context, and Maya's wholehearted approach is goofy yet wholesome. Her mix of quirky airheadedness and wholesomeness makes every interaction with Maya incredibly fun to watch. While the romantic chemistry might not be as developed as Seiji and Yuri's in Destiny Star 1, I personally prefer Maya's hilarious comfiness. I don't know what else to say. Maya's personality embodies almost everything I like in my ideal weird girl, making her one of my new favorite visual novel waifus. Her personality and humor carry this visual novel to a high score for me. Despite my love for this visual novel, it does have a few flaws compared to the original. This sequel introduces plot-relevant H scenes, which felt awkward at times due to Maya's initial naivete and innocence. Let's just say Maya openly and even aggressively consents to things she's probably not fully aware of, which is just asking for a hormonal boy to more than take advantage of when he's given the okay. However, this issue resolves as the relationship develops into an admittedly hilarious and wholesome confession scene. The humor of the visual novel generally remains funny, especially around Maya, as I've said multiple times, but there were a few new recurring jokes I wasn't enjoying as much. For example, the teacher Fujiko is portrayed more as a girl failure in creating certain magical items without testing, leading to accidental lewd situations. The new mascot, Hughes, is similarly incompetent outside of demon-related advice. I wasn't a fan of the new character Petra, Maya's adoptive little sister from Germany. While I appreciate the Two's backstory, in fact I wish we got more details on it, Petra's role as a gremlin troll character was mostly annoying. I hope the final game in the trilogy improves this aspect of her. Despite the issues I mentioned though, Destiny Star Girlfriend 2 was a fun, great experience filled with hilarious moments, comfy romance, and enjoyable magical girl fights. I'd happily revisit this route for its weird girl hilarity and wholesomeness. I personally rate Destiny Star Girlfriend 2 a 9 out of 10, though this is due to my heavy bias towards Maya. Your personal score might differ depending on how you feel about Maya's personality, as the series largely depends on how much you like the main heroine in each entry. Next time, I'll be talking about Destiny Star Girlfriend 3, which focuses on Kanako, the polite closet pervert whose family was killed by the demons. But until then, I have one last line I have to share about Destiny Star Girlfriend 2.
Yo, stage, check it out.